Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the dignitaries as elite and weary players. We have Fourth Minister Sri Wanam Ishwara. We have with us AIFF President Sri Kalyan Chowdhury, and we are also honored to have President of FFA Sri Hamid Sadori. Let's give a huge round of applause to all the elite and weary players. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand with your table for the national anthem of Nepal. Please remain standing if you're able for the national anthem of India.
Very good evening to all the fans tuning in. The match you're going to watch is exclusively distributed on FIFA Plus. We're coming to you live from the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium here in Shillong, the northeastern part of India. It's a tri-nation tournament between India, Nepal and Iran. Iran have already been crowned the champions with 2 victories in 2 games for them. First beat India by 2-0. Then in their second fixture, getting the better of Iran by 3-0, unchallenged. And 2 proud nations, with a history going 15 years back, a rivalry going 15 years back. India have long dominated the scene. Last couple of performances going Nepal's way, especially it's been 1 year to date since that semi-final game, where India took the lead in the second half, but that was neutralized after a bit of a delay by Sumitra Bhandari, and then going on to win in the penalties. We start fresh, we start again. And Sangeeta Basfor has got the armband for this fixture, and her counterpart, Sumitra Bhandari. And these two have faced off each other multiple times. Refereeing contingent will be led by Pansa Chaismith of Thailand. He's got the support of Choki Om, Sherin Chodhan and Sherin Funso. It's not just going to be about the tackles and goals. It's going to be about pride, passion, aggression, and ambition. India on their quest to build that squad for Australia 2026. Slotted in a few new faces for the second game. Drija, Linda Chanu, and Julian have been slotted in. They start this fixture on the bench. Mosmi Murmu and Rimpa Haldar have been given an opportunity in the starting 11. Karishma and Pyari Khakha have been benched for this fixture. I'm sure they will be involved at some stage in this contest. For Nepal, Hira Kumari and Anjila Subba start this fixture on the bench. Deepa Shahi and Anjana Rana find themselves a spot in the starting 11. So changes on both sides. Krismin Chetri advocating a large pool of players for the upcoming AFC Asian Cup in Australia. And off we go with the ref's whistle. You can't miss the sight of these players in their bright jerseys. India in their all blue. Nepal in their all red. India going from left to right on your screens. And both the sides were completely outdone by Iran. On the physical side, they bring to their contest. And Crispin did mention, now they know how to play the sides with the physical attribute to their game. And it's going to be a different challenge, and both the coaches are absolutely wary of the fact that what is at stake here. And that midfield would hold absolute key for both the set of players. Sumitra Bhandari factor would be absolutely critical. She scored 7 times against India. Nice to see Deepa Shahi back on pitch. Did play a couple of minutes in the last game. Here's Preeti Rai. Goes sideways. A long ball pushed forward towards Sumitra Bhandari. Sumitra strikes! And Sumitra! Was there ever a doubt? Yes. Sumitra Bhandari. That was lightning quick. The sound of the whistle barely faded, and the net's already shaking. A long ball forward over that back line, and the famous number 9 for Nepal. They are up and running. What a start to this contest. India have got a job on their hands now. I'll tell you what, it will be nerves jangling. Drang me. Nirmala. That was a brilliant move. Was quick to spot Sumitra Bhandari there. And played a long ball over that back line, and that was a brilliant finish, giving no chance whatsoever. And Sumitra. Another long ball. There is no presence of a red shirt there. Here's Dangme Grace, the most experienced player out there on the pitch. Here's Rekha. Swift movement. Here's Linda Com. Linda all by herself. Rimpa. Couldn't quite going. Eighth goal versus India. She scored for the first time back in 2017, and since then hasn't missed out an opportunity. They'll have to stay in the contest, India. Seventh goal in her 62nd appearance for Nepal, Subitra Bhandari. And she's away here. It's got a lot of space ahead of her. India backtracking. Subitra Bhandari shifts the play. Wanted to get Rekha Paudel on the ball. Linda. Bang me, beg your pardon. At the moment, it's all about keeping hold of the ball is absolute key for India. Martina. Crispin did mention about trying to build out from the back, maintaining that possession and then progressing it through the midfield. And brings it down to safety. It's good. Ranjana Chanu, Shilki Devi, Nirmala Devi, Martina Dangme, Sangeeta and Ratan Bala in the midfield. Rimpa, Linda Kom and Moshmi Murmu in the front three for India. Another long ball in Savitra. Felt for a moment she was definitely in with another shout there. Going sideways, here's Ratnabala Devi trying to pick out a pass. And as well to keep the possession there. Couldn't quite in the end. Missing the experience of the likes of Fasha Lata and Sweetie Devi. And having said that, presents a massive opportunity for a lot of young talented players in the blue jerseys. And Nepal, of course, without the services of Geeta Rana for this tournament, has been nursing a shoulder injury and had to undergo a surgery. She will be out for a few months before she makes a comeback. It's Ratan Bala and strikes. I'm not quite sure if the intent was to go for the target or try and get Moshmi Murmu was making that run from the far side involved. Half yard there and was ready to unleash that. Giving the ball wings this time. And takes it down. Deepa Shahi. Deepa Shahi and Preeti Rai in the center of the pitch would be absolutely critical from Nepal's perspective. The ball control they provide, the distribution, the weight on the passing is sublime from these two girls. And twisting and turning. It's Nirmala. Rimpa gets dispossessed. Renuka. Bimla. Pooja Rana decides to go all the way back to Anjana. Savita. Again, the first touch letting her down. Has to hustle. Taken away by Rekha. Rekha marching forward. It goes down on the ground. He's outnumbered in that corner. 9 minutes into the first half. We have a goal already. And that was scored by Samitra Bhandari in the second minute. India yet to make attacking moves. Haven't seen a shot on target. Linda does well to get the possession back. He couldn't quite hold on to it. Samiksha for Ranjana Rana, who played her part in that semi-final victory against India in 2024. Nirmala tries to pick out a pass there. It's intervened by red shirt. Here's Rekha, desperate to win the second ball here, Nepal. That is something we haven't seen from India. This is much better from Sangeeta. Rangme Grace goes down on the ground that time. A gentle shove. These two sides have met 18 times before, 11 to India and 2 to Nepal, and 5 games ending in draws. In the recent times, last 4 outings, Nepal have managed to get those 2 results in their favour and drawn 2 games in 2023. And those defeats would really haunt India into semi-final losses. It's Preeti. And Pooja gets it back to safety again. They haven't trouble at all in the back 4 of Nepal up until this point. It's still early days in the contest. India have got a pretty strong bench. And Pyari still sitting out there. More than the results is the fact that they are giving a lot of game time to the young talent. Like I said, it's a quest for a build-up for the future. A slightly better weighted ball on that occasion would have made things a little interesting. Anjana Rana Magar getting an opportunity to start. She did play the last 20 minutes. And start all the fixtures in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. Pretty unfortunate, losing out to Uzbekistan in the penalties. Mightily close. That's a brilliant ball. A deft touch by Samitra Bhandari to let Rekha Paudel on his way through. Martina to the rescue for India. They are predetermined for this one, Nepal. Almost sense it from their body language. That hunger. Ranked higher in the FIFA standings at the moment, India 63, Nepal on 89. She had the option there towards her right. I'm not quite sure what the intent was on that occasion. Linda Combe was asking for it. It's going to be all about decision making in the end. You have to try and pick out the right pass. Shilki. Ranjana gets a decent flick on that one. It's a mixed shot. Bimla, beg your pardon. This knocks it out of the plate. have to keep doing that. Try and put some sort of pressure on that back line. There's Linda. Just outside the box. Toe pokes it towards Ratan Bala, who lets it fly! Nanjana Rana was put to scale for the first time this evening. Something to cheer for India in this first quarter. That was a very good effort. All started from Linda Com. Hustling away from those red shirts and whiting ball. That was brilliantly struck. Ratan Bala Devi. Corner India. Floats it towards Dangmei Grace. Dangmei unleashes but gets the shot blocked. There you have it. Going in for all money. And Preeti launches one in the air again. Good first touch. There's Rimpa. And again, guilty of giving the ball away. Rimpa Haldar Preeti. And not on the same wavelength. Sabita Rana. Started to win the ball back in the last couple of minutes, India. Much better signs have settled in the game really nicely now. And that should be a decent opportunity to put the goalkeeper under pressure. Gives himself a free kick. And the kind of strike she pulled out a couple of minutes back, Ratan Bala Devi will be the firm favourite to stand behind this one. And Sangeeta. Ratan Bala, who will it be? And leaves it for Ratan Bala, who strikes. Decent effort. Goalkeeper didn't have to move. A couple of blue shirts were lurking in for a follow-up there. And again, winning the ball back. They've got better at that. Goes side of the wall and well held in the end by the goalkeeper. There's Nirmala. Ratan Bala. Yes, dispossessed. Here's Martina. Ranjana. Under pressure from Samitra. Linda dropping deep. Long ball towards Rimpa Haldar. It's Rimpa one-on-one. And too strong there. Samiksha this time. It's been a good contest between those two, Samiksha and Rimpa. Samiksha at the moment is winning that battle. And still a long time to go in this fixture. Feeling for her right knee there. Samiksha. And the ref points towards the bench. Corner. Dealt with quite easily. Here's Rimpa. Again, more of a hope than conviction behind that one from Ranjana Chanu. And still have gone pretty direct so far. And haven't seen the fullbacks trying to stretch out that back line. And trying to add a bit of width to the attack. And Crispin did mention about not having to go with long balls. It's going to be built up from the back and then controlled transitions and through the midfield and better progressions and avoid any mistakes. Another long ball from Anjana. It's Preeti Rai. And Sabitra is dropping in deep. And haven't created enough after that opening goal, Nepal. And the change straight away, I believe. And we'll get that confirmation of that change. Well, Pyari Khakha has been involved inside half of the first half. There's Martina. And the first stretch straight away for Pyari Khakha. IWL champions with Orisha FC. And one of the experienced pros in this India setup.
And
37 caps and 18 goals to Pyari Khakha in her career so far. Here's Linda. And taken away by Renuka. Gina was a bit under pressure. Pintoi Chanu launches that one in the air. This could be dangerous. Yes, Preeti Rai on the board. Preeti Rai strikes. Couldn't quite keep it on target. And they'll have to get that communication going. Goalkeeper and the back line. It's Deepa. Back after 1 year.
Look.
Brilliantly done from Preeti Rai. Here's Sabitra Bandari. Just the short block. It's India now trying to break out on the counter. Trying to make race. Couldn't quite keep it in. Seems pretty animated on the touchline there, Crispin Chetri. Hasn't been the kind of starts India would have wanted. Still time for a comeback. A lot of time, in fact. Considered early. It looks like Sabitra Bandari has been cautioned.
Check China.
And again, getting dispossessed there is Renuka and Preeti. It's Pooja for Sabita. Deepa Shah's made that run down that right channel. And floated in towards Sabitra. Rekha Paudel couldn't quite get there. And there you have it. Looks like it was more for the after say. The ref taking a note of that and booking Sabitra Bhandari.
यार 24 मिनट 3 और ये लोग कट पाए थे
Spiari. Been held in their stride so far, India. Nothing tangible has come except that one proper strike towards the target. Here's Spiari Khakha. Just goes down on the ground, Dang make race there. And reluctantly back on her feet. And there you have a look at it. Not quite sure if there was enough contact there. And Sabita, Renuka. And Preeti right. There's a lot of space ahead in front. I'm trying to pick out a pass there. It's well read by Tantoy Chanu. So haven't seen that sort of fluidity from the midfield as far as India goes. Haven't created enough so far. All that could change with Pyari Khakha out there in the middle. Throw in for Nepal. Those of you who are joining us for the very first time, this is the last fixture of the Tri-Nation tournament between India, Nepal and Iran. Iran have been crowned the champions with 2 victories in 2 games. And this one, the last fixture, both the sides fighting it out. Miss Pyari, Ratan Bala, and spots that open spaces towards the left. Moshmi Murmu couldn't quite get to the end of it. It's a heavy ball down that left channel. 28 minutes almost into the contest and 1-0 to Nepal. A flick on from the middle of the pitch. Here's Sabitra Bhandari, one-on-one with Shilki Devi down the far right. He's got a red shirt waiting in Rekha Paudel inside the box. And tries to curl one towards Deepa Shahi. Ends up finding a blue shirt. Yes, Pyari. Lets it run towards Ratan Bala for a written ball. And Manmaya, starting this fixture, just knocks it out. Not allowing Pyari to turn there. They've been good defensively so far, Nepal. Except that one shot allowed towards the goal. They've managed to successfully hold India in their strikes. Sangeeta. And going sideways, Nirmala stepping up, plays it down the line, taken away. And that is something they'll have to try and get better at for the rest of the game. Here's Preeti just knocking it back. Guest is possessed. Here's Linda Com, dropped in deep. He collects that one. Has got an option towards the left and right. Moshmi. A couple of blue shirts arriving inside the box. Pyari was... that was over her head, but was flagged offside on that occasion. There you have it. That flag was up straight away. The flag was more so on Moshmi Murmu, I believe. Half hour has been ticked off here in Nepal. It's a slender lead. They have the advantage. India would want to quash any anxieties going into that half-time break. They need a repost here. There's Linda. Pyari. Ratan Bala wins the ball and hurls it towards Nirmala. Scans up for options, goes airborne. Draws in a clearance. Linda had little to no time on that occasion. Guest is possessed. Here's Deepa Shai trying to pick out a pass again. India trying to calm things down. And again, that long ball unleashes Pyari Khaha. I was riding on the shoulders of Bimla Devi on that occasion. Prods it forward. Here's Preeti. Gentle touch towards Savitra Bandari. Gets dispossessed by Ratan Bala. Here's Shilki Devi. Sideways towards Sangeeta. Again gets dispossessed and Savitra was flagged offside. First Nepalese player to play and score in top-tier European League, Savitra Bandari. And first ever South Asian player to score a hat-trick in top-tier European League. Which is not new to this very ground. Scored twice back in 2016 in the same fixture against Sri Lanka.
Offside.
This is much better from India. Dangme Grace has got help on the other side, squares it up nicely. And a follow-up coming in from Sangeeta Basfor. That was a brilliant move from India. It had everything in it except the finish. That should have been kept on target. One decent ball and the back line was carved out by the Indian midfield. Pyari. And she's got herself a free kick here. Yeah, just got her right leg on her way through there. Crispin Chetri throwing in the words, throwing in instructions. And Nabin Yupani on the other side, 1 month old into this new job. And has to go up. It was a red shirt that got the ball in the end. As Ranjana retrieves that. Gets dispossessed. Luckily a blue shirt finds it and hurls it all the way back towards Panthoi Chanu. Preeti Rai. 21 caps, 22 rather, for Preeti Rai. 5 goals for her. And played for Kickstart FC here in India. And for ball control, that's a delightful ball again over the top by Preeti Rai. Sabitra Bhandari strikes, and that's a brilliant tackle. Shilki Devi, absolutely top-notch stuff from her.
प्रीतिले फाल कस्तो लडेर यार
And that was definitely goal-bound. And again, those two combining.
ठिक छ
Deepa Shahi. The corner. 10 minutes to play in the first half, plus the stoppages. Deepa targets the back post. The blue shirt gets it away. Here's Ranjana. Does well to keep the ball in and rolls it down the carpet. Here's Ratan Bala. And flies that in the air. Rekha. Still Preeti. 2v1 in the center. Moshmi trying to get the ball into those open spaces down the left channel. And Bimla has had a fantastic game so far. Bimla and Samiksha. They've partnered each other really well. Shilki. Hurried clearance, and that's going to be a corner for India. An opportunity to put some sort of pressure on that back line and the goalkeeper. There have been 2 clear-cut chances created by India in the first half. Testing out the goalkeeper once, and second, not being clinical enough. Here's Ratan Bala, keeps it short. Here's Linda. And again, that written ball to Ratan Bala never arrived. Nicked off the ball there. Linda Com. And 2v1 in that corner. Sabitra Bhandari gets it back. Sangeeta trying to stop her down. Deepa Shahi has made that run. Doesn't have help towards the other side. Knocks the ball into those open spaces. Rekha Paudel nearly was out of reach in the end. Did her best to fly herself back into the penalty area there. And that's what happens when you provide that half yard to somebody like Sabitra Bhandari, who's going to be on it in a flash. Here's Pyari. Again, outnumbered, giving the ball away. Rekha for Preeti. Joe pokes it towards Sabitra. He's got an option towards the right in Sabita. Threads it through again towards Sabitra. Mosmi wins it back. Here's Linda Com. Slotted in wide towards the left, back with Moshmi. He's got Pyari in front. Knocks it back towards Ratan Bala, who flies one towards Dangme Grace, who had made that run down the right corner. Rekha. Sabitra. Still Sabitra. The angle was always taking it wide of the target. Supposed to go wide there. possession far too cheaply there. Still got about 6 minutes left in the first half. India need a response. Desperate defending there, making sure the ball is knocked out. We've got two red shirts waiting inside the box for those crosses. Sabitra Bhandari, Rekha Pauril, two experienced campaigners for Nepal. There's been 12 goals in 20 odd appearances for Rekha Pauril as well. Most of these players are no alien to the conditions. Has been heavily involved with the IWL. The likes of Sabitra Bhandari, who's won 3 championships, once with Setu and twice with Gokulam Kerala. Rekha, of course, was involved with Sports Risha. Here's Sabitra, lays it off. Deepa Shahi couldn't quite strike it clean. Good defensive work there, but the flag had gone up anyways. Wouldn't have counted. Had to carve it. Coming out of that chaos, Nirmala launches that one towards Linda Com. Hasn't had enough of service, Linda Com. There's Pyari. Again, loses out in possession. Rekha Pauril thumps one down the ground. Preeti was anticipating the run coming in from Sabita Rana, which wasn't there to be seen. Martina gives it straight back to a red shirt. Here's Renuka, Rekha still giving it a chase. Nirmala. Shepherds that one really nice. 2 minutes and a thick bit left in the first half. Ratan Bala. Deepa. It's a brilliant first touch. Sabitra Bhandari. That's a brilliant save. Pantoi Chanu might have just kept India in the contest. What a delightful ball that was from Deepa Shahi. And that's what she brings to the table. Sabitra Bhandari, a delightful first touch, and it was all about Pantoi in the end. Taken away by Pyari Khacha. It's Linda. Couldn't quite get hold of it. Joe pokes it towards Tangmei Grace. The shot comes in. Oh my word! Pantoi was absolutely alert to it. Sabitra, she stayed on side there. She knew it even before the flag and the whistle had gone in. Moshmi against Pooja Rana. Here comes Dangme Grace with a cross. And comfortably held in the end. They've come close. India, not close enough. And leaves it for Pantwai Chanu. Comes out of her spot and grabs that one in the end. Still got a few seconds left in the first half, plus the injury time to follow. And this game is truly living up to its expectations. Manmaya. Preeti. Still Preeti brings it down. Ratan Bala takes it away. There's Shilki Devi looking up for options. Doesn't find one. Has to go sideways. Just 1 minute has been added on as the stoppages. There's been hardly to any stoppages in the first 45 minutes. A flick on. Unfortunate for her, it went straight through to Panthoi Chenu and didn't land in front of her Samitra Bhandari. Linda out-muscled by Renuka there. Sabita. Deepa Shahi back towards Sabita. Holds on to her. The stance is Renuka. The first touch letting her down. And Sangeeta again gives it away.
Outside
Pyari again driving forward with Linda towards her right and held back. So that's the end of first set of 45, says the ref. And what an entertaining first half. Nepal find themselves ahead after the end of the first half, courtesy a goal coming in from Sabitra Devi in the second minute of the contest. They've had their chances towards the back end of the first half. India did keep a couple of shots towards the target, but couldn't quite find that breakthrough or that equalizer in the first set of 45. It's going to be an enthralling second half. For all the viewers who are tuning in, this is the Tri-Nation tournament involving India, Iran and Nepal. Iran have been crowned the champions after winning 2 consecutive games. First beating India 2-0 and then overpowering Nepal 3-0. An opportunity for both the sides to rebound from their last defeats. And we go again for the second half of this fixture. India going from right to left on your screens. It's going to be very important for the girls in blue to start off on a positive note here. They've picked up on the intensity as the game has progressed. And Sabita, fortuitously, the ball sticks on her side and she's away here. Here's Sabita, who looks to cross and cuts it back to change his footing. That is just allowed enough time for the defense to knock it away. And Pyari was brought in as a substitute at about 20th minute mark. Sabita again. Sabitra. Heavy first touch. Allows Ratan Bala Devi with the clearance. Preeti Picks out Rekha Paurel. Just knocks it forward from a weird angle. Tanthoi Chanu made a very good save right towards the end of the first half. Sabitra Bhandari was definitely in with a shout there. Lateral ball from Deepa Shahi to find her. It's a good preparation for the next year's AFC Champions Cup for India. Testing out a few players, giving opportunities to a lot of youngsters. This was the moment, and that is what separates these two teams at the moment. It was a brilliant ball to spot the run, and the finish was absolutely marvelous. Ranjana gets dispossessed. Sabita for Sabitra. They will have the ball here, Nepal. She's enjoyed the first couple of minutes here. Sabita Rana. Seen a lot of it. And again, is chipping it over that defense to find the number 9. Pooja. Back with Pooja again, who hoists that one in the air. Sangeeta with a clearance. They'll get it out surely this time. Dangme. Moshmi. Sangeeta bus 4. Ratan Bala. Looking up for options. Going lateral again towards Nirmala. Chips one forward towards Linda Com. Nepal ball. They will be in Indonesia in the last week of November. Nepal will be competing in the Tri-Nation tournament involving the host Indonesia, Nepal, and Chinese Taipei. They play on 26th November and the 3rd of December. Pyari swapped that position with Linda Com with the start of the second half here. Linda started from the left, has slotted towards the right. Manmaya trying for a flick on there, expecting the arrival of Deepa Shahi. Savitra Bhandari. India gets the ball. Can they try and bring it forward? Again, lacking a bit of fluency in terms of the transitions. Haven't seen that proper link up. Still trying to get the likes of Linda and Preeti into those sort of spaces from where they can affect the game. Ranjana Chanu, one of the most experienced defenders currently with the squad. 44 caps for her. Martina finds Nirmala. And again dabs it forward. Gets dispossessed. Deepa. India win the ball back. Nirmala again. Fired away by Linda towards Pyari. Here's Dangme Grace. Gets into those open spaces. Here's Moshmi. Lets it fly with the left. I'm not quite sure if going for the target was the right option there. Pyari was open. It was unmarked, which she was calling for it. Moshmi had other ideas. In the end, it all comes down to decision making. She's had a good game. Anjana Rana. There's a blinder of a save to deny Ratan Bala. Goes airborne. There's Rekha. Looked like for a moment she was in with a chance there. Doing dangerously with those long balls, India. One ball over the defense has been the problem. It's a delightful ball to carve out that back line. Here's Abita with a cross towards the back post. Moshmi brings it out of danger. Stang may grace. Moshmi. That long ball was the downfall in the first half and they conceded. There's been a bit of a problem in this fixture. Haven't been able to deal with the way they would have liked. And this time opening that right flank. And she's had quite a bit of second half. Sabita has been driving forward at will and finding herself into right side of spaces. And they'll have to keep themselves on the ball here, India. Nepal are pretty swift with their counter-attacks. It's Linda Com against Pooja Rana. Shielding the ball here, outnumbered on that occasion. Still Linda. Preeti Rai, a swift touch and a turn. And lets it fly forward. Here's Sabita Bandrari giving it a chase. That was well read by the goalkeeper. That's the point I was trying to make a short while back on the counter. Just one pickup, one pass, and the number 9 is definitely in. And back with Renuka through Pooja. Again, a bit sloppy there from Ranjana Chanu. His Sabita takes a touch. Couldn't quite hold on to it. And brings it down. Nirmala gets it back to safety. Preeti Rai plays it down the line towards Sabitra. There's Rekha now into the act, one-on-one with Nirmala down the left side. Haven't been able to come out of their strides as yet, India, in the second half. Still got the likes of Karishma sitting out on the bench. Still need that midfield to try and get as fluid as they can and get Pyari and Linda on the ball, which we haven't seen enough. Here's Preeti. He's been instrumental in their build-up. He finds Sabita once again. Sabita against Ranjana and does well. Here's Linda.
Oh.
Tangme goes for it and couldn't quite win the ball back. Here's Preeti Rai. Doesn't have an option to turn. Here's Pooja for the support. Back with Preeti. And still Preeti. Taken away momentarily, but won back by Nepal straight away. And that is something they've done so well. Here's Manmaya. And Sabitra drops him deep to try and create. Does one with a chip towards Deepa Shahi. Preeti on the ball once again against Ratan Bala. Preeti with the outside of her right foot. Couldn't quite penetrate through. Here's Moshmi now. Again, that first touch. It's Rekha. Subitra is making that run inside the box. Across towards Subitra. Takes it down. Leaves it for Deepa Shahi, who couldn't quite catch it clean. Another brilliant move from Nepal, but Deepa Shahi at the moment has hit the turf and the ref has straight away pointed towards the bench. Another substitute for India. Moshmi is going to come out. Karishma will get her opportunity. Naveen Nupani would be delighted with the kind of position his side is in at the moment. Still got 30 minutes to go. They would definitely be looking to score a couple more and try and take this game far and far away from India's reach. Here's Karishma with her first involvement. Karishma, Linda and Pyari. The kind of 11 India would have otherwise expected to start off with. It's Preeti. It's Renuka. Renuka, Preeti, Deepa. They have run that midfield, commanded the ball. They controlled it beautifully. Now side of the right foot again, Sabitra Bhandari trying to get Rekha Powder involved. Here's Renuka. Back with Preeti, who looks up. Deepa, a lot of space ahead for Sabita. Has got an overlapping run coming in from Pooja. Now Sabita overlaps. That ball from Deepa Shahi doesn't arrive. Sangeeta gets intercepted. Back with Preeti again. Here's Deepa Shahi to Preeti. Has got an option towards the left. Draws in a tackle there. And that is going to be a free kick in favor of Nepal for that challenge coming on. Preeti from Sangeeta Basford. Not quite sure if she got the ball in that occasion. Flung straight into Preeti Rai. And is in need of some assistance.
टार्गेट बनाउँछु
Santosh Malti Munda, Lisham Bibina Devi, Kiran Pista, and Lunda Chanu sitting out on the bench. We added 3 players to the squad for the second fixture. India. Julan coming in from the under-17. Captain that side, plays in the midfield. Have decided to qualify for the Asian Cup earlier this month. We'll have to wait and see if Crispin Chetri sticks towards giving some game time to all the junior players involved. Here's Savitra. The strikes! And Savitra! The net quivers in delight for the second time this evening. What a strike that is! Savitra Bhandari. This fixture has seen it all in the past, and it has seen it again today. Over the wall, might have flicked something on its way through. And Nepal, well and truly, would believe now. Oh my word. What an absolute screamer. India. Can they try and conjure something from here on? Nepal, their tails will be up. He pushes one out into those open spaces towards the far right for Preeti to chase that for Priya. Pyari, beg your pardon. 64 minutes have been ticked off. Jana again goes with a long ball forward. You'll have to go as back as 2019 to see an India win against Nepal. That was in the finals of the SAF Women's Championship. And since then, there's been a couple of draws and a couple of wins in favor of Nepal. And tonight could just be another addition if it stays the way it is at the moment. They came here with a purpose, and they are playing that way. No rush whatsoever on Anjana Rana. It's going to be all about game management. So a long way to go. But India will have to try and inspire themselves to get one back at the earliest. They've got the firepower on the pitch. They'll have to believe. It's Ratan Bala. Again, going sideways or to the back. Martina. Nirmala. And press from Preeti. It forces Ratan Bala to go sideways. Shilki. Back with Ranjana. Down the line for Karishma. Here's Linda. One-on-one with Sabita. The area was right. Karishma couldn't quite get to the end of the ball. Good to see a decent turnout for this fixture. It's a rivalry that has garnered a lot of attention in recent times, especially after that last game back in Kathmandu 2024. It's played in front of a capacity crowd of nearly 16,000. Subitra Bhandari adds 2 more to her tally. Has made the move from Europe to Australia. Is Renuka strikes from outside the box. They're not shy away from taking those shots on target. Karishma dropping deep to try and help out the defense. Here's Linda Com. Drops it and makes a move back. Nirmala stepping up. Lobs that one in the air. Tangme. Or Sangeeta. Is Ranjana. For Pyari. Renuka intercepts. Linda gets the possession momentarily. Here's Pyari. Pyari. Ranjana Rana makes sure she makes herself absolutely big and latches that onto that one quite comfortably in the end. Not quite sure if she was going for the target or a cut back towards the arriving blue shirts inside the box. Mm. 20 more minutes for India to get a repost here. The captain, the coach would be mightily pleased with the kind of performance the team has showcased, both individually and as a collective unit. Scored goals left, right and centre in the RWL. Subitra Bhandari has finished top scorer on all the 3 occasions she's played. Has been the champions on those 3 times. Raked up 62 in 24 games. Has made a move to Wellington Phoenix on a 2-year contract. Smartina. Time is running out for India. They have to try and dominate the possession for the next 20 minutes. And try and get something out of the box here. Keep themselves on the ball and get the likes of Tangme, Grace, Pyari and Linda. Ratan Bala. Ranjana. Chips one in the air. Sangeeta. And again, maintain a pretty tight line. It's Ratan Bala again. Towards Ranjana Chanu. Again, being forced to go sideways. The Blue Tigresses. And waiting for their moments to try and break out on the counter are Nepal. The tempo has definitely slowed down a bit. It's Renuka for Preeti. Again, that goes out of the play for a throw-in. Those of you who have joined in late, this is India versus Nepal, the last fixture. Before I get to that, it's like a card coming out. Get that confirmation of the booking in a bit. So a goal early on in the first half, a goal in the second. Both coming in from Sabitra Bhandari, and that's what separates these two teams at the moment. India has been able to strike the target once. Made the goalkeeper work for that. Other than that effort, nothing substantial has come in the attacking front from the girls in blue. The next goal definitely is going to decide where this game is heading. There have been a few starts and stops in the last couple of minutes. And still a Nepal ball. Yet to make a change. Nabeen Yapani. Nirmala. For Sangeeta, outnumbered in the center of the park. Here's Preeti, finds Sabita again. Rekha making that run. And flicks Ranjana Chanu on his way through and goes behind for another corner. Deepa Shai. What a comeback this has been for the number 23. Targets the near post. Well, that wasn't a million miles away. That was guided goalwards and just the direction that led it down. It's Karishma dropping in deep to try and create something for herself. Nirmala again with a long ball. That has been a favorite route of operation so far, especially considering the second half. And Preeti. That's a brilliant ball. Rekha Paurel does well to get to the end of it. Has got help inside the box. Sabitra Bhandari calling for it. And out comes Bantoi Chanu. Breaking at will at the moment are Nepal. There's Sabita again. There's Rekha. Space in front. Rekha goes that one. And goes wide of the target. Had a little bit of time on that one. Could have taken a fraction of a second before she Relieved herself. A couple of changes for the girls in red.
बसमै घुर्सिङ छिराए है फेरि ब्रेक खाएको एउटा एउटा दुईटा फरवर्ड
Deepa
छिराइदियो
Shahi
फेरि
is going to go out. She makes way for Rashmi Kumari.
मिना देवा
Still waiting for the substitutes to be sorted out by the touchline. And Meena Debua comes in.
मलाई बिकेल लागिरहेको के हो
Second substitution for Nepal, jersey number 23, Deepa Shahi, being replaced by jersey number 10, Rashmi Kumari.
Right, Rashmi Kumari and Meena, the two players in. It's been quite a shift for Deepa Shahi. Zavdin cheered for Hira and Deepa, both getting injured in that same game against Bhutan last year. Both finding themselves spot. Brings it back to safety. Nepal really enjoying it at the moment. 10-11 minutes to play in the regulation time. Here's Preeti. Spreads it towards her left. Sabita swapped out places with Meena. Karishma does well to keep the possession. Linda gets dropped off the ball. Trying to backtrack. Here's Sabitra Bhandari now. Shilki Devi under pressure. Sabitra with a cross. Touchdown towards Meena. Lets it fly. Makes the goalkeeper work on that occasion, did Sabita Rana. Those shots will keep coming from weird angles now with Nepal in front. Ranjana. Rishma back with Ranjana. Miss Martina. Ratan Bala. She goes down on the ground and gets herself a free kick there.
Substitute यस्तै गरे बस
It's a tough challenge on Nirmala Devi. Gets India a free kick. Can they try and manufacture something out of this? Long ball. Karishma gets one back. Has the flag stayed down? It has. Just when the clock was getting cruel and the nerves were jangling. Needless free kick conceded. Nirmala with a long ball forward. Is that a sign of a comeback here? Bit of a respite. Still a long, long way away. With just 9 minutes. Spiari definitely sends a bit of a spring in the stride of the Blue Tigresses here. Ranjana, long ball push forward again. This is going to be
Yeah.
a very exciting finish to the contest. Cleon says the ref. Sangeeta.
That's me.
Spread wide towards the left here. Sabitra Bhandrari has got help arriving and existing inside the box. Pyari takes it, lets it drop and lets it fly. Flicked on by Karishma. Linda is giving it a chase. Manjana to the rescue, just knocks it out of the play area. It's going to be India ball now. The game has come back to life. After that goal went in from Karishma Purushottam. It's Linda hustling for it. Karishma takes it down. Pooja gives the ball away. Here's Karishma again with some sort of a space in front. Gets the cross in. Pooja is there to retrieve it. Preeti Rai looks up and gets herself a free kick for that challenge drawn in from Sangeeta Basfor. Couple of changes.
उसानाथलाई किपरलाई पनि उसानाथ
Nirmala goes out.
चेन्ज उसानाथ
Well, that is her contribution. Bounce right in front. Linda engaging with Bimla. And then the rest was done by Karishma. Alisha Bibina Devi is going to come on.
उसानाथलाई यो चाहिँ सिक्किममा चाहिँ दिने योजना गर्छ होला गर्नुपर्छ त्यहाँ सिक्किमको गेममा इन्डिया र नेपालको 31 तारिखको गेममा
Kiran Pizda is out there. Julan, one of the three players to get added on to the squad from the under-17 triumph earlier this month. Julan, no Mathem. And what a time to be thrown into the middle. And chasing the game, trailing by a goal. Desperate effort to win the ball back, and they do eventually. Here's Julan. Good couple of first touches for Julan. And again, over that back line, Pantoi Chanu. Hoist that one in the air again. Preeti. Here's Meena. Was allowed to march forward. Meena, Sabitra knocks it back towards Renuka. Taken away by India. Here's Pyari Khakha. And gets nicked off the ball again. Julan. Where is down in Russia there, but India continue the move. That has allowed time for Pooja to just knock it out. Let Renuka. I believe it's Renuka who's down on the turf. 3 minutes is what we are left with. 3 minutes for India to respond. It's been a good game played with a lot of intensity. It was the brilliance. It's been the brilliance of Sabitra Bhandari. Back on her feet and gingerly making her way out of the play field. Let's put in a proper shift. Renuka Nagarkote.
फेरि काम दिँदैन सामान्यको छ
It's Preeti.
कान्छी
Karishma couldn't quite hold on to the ball. Here's Linda Com. Desperate effort, twisting, turning, rambling.
के जोस हो यो
Looks like last touch came off Ranjana Chanu's feet. Last 90 seconds.
जोस
Plus the stoppages. Thrusted forward is Ratambala. Knocks it towards the side and lets it fly. Pyari Khaha couldn't quite manage to get to the end of it. How many minutes will be added on the injury time? Ratambala and had the option to go left. Was marching all by herself. Card comes out for Bimla. That's going to be a free kick for India. Do they have one clean strike in them? One good setup. Try and get this game back to parity. 6 minutes have been added on. And it's going to be long 6 minutes if you are Nepal. There goes Ratambala. Strikes, takes a deflection. Goalkeeper, with all her alertness, grabs hold of it. And the crowd has been involved right throughout this fixture. There's been a lot of talks, a lot of hype about the rivalry. And surely the game has lived up to its expectations. There's Sabitra Bhandari looking for a hat-trick. Preeti Rai. Again, beautiful control. Sabita fetches that down the left. Just one inside. Sabitra couldn't quite catch that one clean. Kansa Chaisni has had a good game. She had a few decisions to make. And she's been right on money. Miss Preeti has been a live wire in the middle of the pitch, especially with her distributions, the ball control. Has always picked out a right pass more often than not. Gets a flick on here. That is too close to you. Samiksha. Shilki. Ranjana. Down the line for Julan. Didn't give the possession away. It's all about game management for Nepal. 3 minutes to go. Just try to run the clock down here, Nepal. Sabita lifting one in. At the presence of a few red shirts. Allows for a bit of a breather there. Not quite sure who's the player going down. From the free kick, India managed to keep it on target. Crispin Chetri is considered this as a stepping stone towards the preparation for next year. Looks like it's Pooja Rana. It's been carried out on a stretcher. And it'll be one happy man, Nabeen Neopani. Just 1 month into the job, and he has produced a result he'll be absolutely proud of. Still a couple of minutes to go. Goes airborne. It's Linda. Karishma giving it a chase. Bimla following it up. An India ball as we enter the last minute of the added on time. And the flag was up against Karishma. That done, Pooja Rana is back on the pitch. I think she's still feeling for that right leg of hers. Jari with a flick. There's a red shirt behind it. Pushes it forward for Preeti Rai to chase that down. Julan
1 minute.
for Ratan Bala. Linda. Savita is there. Manmaya for Sabita again. The dying embers of this friendly encounter between India and Nepal. Preeti Rai has got an option waiting towards the far right. Meena. Julan gives the ball. gets rob of it. Lets it bounce to Savitra Bhandari. India. Desperate effort to try and get towards the other side of the pitch. Gonna have a look at a watch. Pansa chasing it. The last action of the evening. Launches that one in the air. Grabs hold of it. And quick to send the other side. Julan brings her body in front. Here's Ratnbala. Just knocks it forward again. They have been absolutely brilliant. And that's the end of the 90 minutes plus the stoppages, says Pansa chasing it. And what a game it was. Nepal coming out triumphs